Right now.
Okay.
Okay, what we're doing for today's exercise is we are going to make a Simon Says turtle. The first thing we're going to do is create a list. Do we all know how to create a list? Yes. This list is going to contain commands and values. Just like this example. F100 would be, anybody? Forward 100. C green would be color green. U would mean pen up. B would mean begin fill.
What was that thing? The two? Is that what this is like?
No, you can put them all together. I literally want them like this. No, we're not going to do couples. No. No, do this in a normal list.
We did that one.
Create me a list that contains a variety of these items. Okay? And then randomize it. And we're going to pass it to this argument, which that'll be part 2. Okay? Alright, so everybody okay on what part 1 is? Do we all know how to create a list?
Yes.
We should know how to create a list at this point.
So we're just doing like a single line of code, basically?
You can, or you can put, plus equals and make it longer if you want.
I don't know if I'm figuring out how to do
I'm going to start mine here, but I'm going to get it out of your way in a second. Some of you are like, I'm ready. This is going to be, this is all I'm going to give you. Put it on the desktop. I'm going to put it in here, and it is November 6th. Y'all notice all your work was graded? As about an hour ago, if y'all submitted something in the last hour.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I want you all to do. So create a list with at least one of each of these. You can have a couple of them in there. We got, let's see, we got left, right, forward, heading, speed. Yeah, okay. Again, just like this. There's all the examples. Then we're going to randomize it. Then we're going to take it and pass it to this method that's been defined. You're going to define it and then stop there. Okay? You can do it. You've done 5 assignments that use lists. You've used turtles 100 times, but don't worry about the turtle part yet. Okay, you shouldn't be able to see my stuff anymore. I will leave that on the screen. I'm going to call my list commands CMDS. You can call yours whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Call it stuff. Sure. You can do this. Just remember what each one takes. Like, what does right and left take? The right and left command with the turtle, what does it take? A number. Of approximately what?
90 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, you could put whatever, so put up to 90. Don't make it, 2,000, because it'll be going right, it'll be kind of... Because remember, it's all based upon the circle. Remember, circle's 360. Okay, fine. I will show you one little bit, okay? Since Natalie's freaking out.
I am freaking out.
Something like that.
Oh, so I did it wrong.
Something like that. I'm just adding a list, creating a list, and I'm adding stuff to it.
I just felt like that was too easy.
That is easy. It's simple. It's not hard. Yeah, you've done this 1,000 times. Okay, maybe not 1,000, but quite a few.
A few dozen.
So just make sure you got at least one of each of those things in
I
there.
think I can do it.
Yeah, you better be able to do this. When you do your heading, that goes in degrees. That's not like you're turning 90 degrees. That means go which heading. So if I said 90, which way would that be? That way. If I said 180, it would be down. If I said 270, it would be that way. See what I mean? It's not from the current position. It's change position to that. Again, there's no right answer. I want the random stuff in here.
So this is already in class today?
Yep, we're doing it in class today. I know, but you actually have to write some of it yourself.
You know someone that's started off? Yeah. I think so. I hope so. Maybe I'll just do turtles. No, we're
So at least one of each. But remember, begin fill, end fill, up and down take no number. So those would just be singles. Just like the U and the B and the...
Wait, what'd you say about heading?
Heading is a number of which direction it's going. So if this is north, so 90 would be that way, 180 would be this way, 270 would be this way. Normally if we say right, it's like 90 from your current heading. But this is set your heading to a new value. Should be very easy to make a list. You can just make a list for now. Compile it, make sure it actually does, not compile it, but run it. Make sure it doesn't error out on you.
Okay. Don't we have to set our variables first, like f equals forward, r equals right?
No, those aren't variables. Right here. You're just making the list first. Just making a list containing all those things. Okay?
Yes, I did update it.
Okay, so you put Bluetooth in your phone.
Yeah.
Did your phone use automatically connected?
It does now, but you have to set it up with your car first.
I know that, but did you know that it always has your Bluetooth running in the background and you have to actually go into settings? You can't turn it off in the command center. No. Which one settings? It will turn it off, kinda, but it's still
I
not.
spelled purple wrong.
It's so hard.
Cause like,
I don't, cause like I like to, since it saves
You two done over here?
plug my,
yeah.
Okay.
I just,
Oh, like that?
Did you randomize it?
And you just, like you did,
How did,
and you just shuffle it for you.
Did you make sure it worked so you can see it on the screen?
I ran it, yeah. But.
So when you ran it, it looked like
it was
something like mine, like, let me unfreeze.
how do I read?
Looks something like that.
Oh, where it just shuffles them around?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, mine are all different now.
how do you make it?
If only you've done that 5 times.
Have we?
I just.
So I ran it again. Now watch the numbers. They'll be different. You ready?
I don't know what numbers do.
I mean the same numbers, but different order.
Oh.
Help me write.
That's what you need. And I put a print statement in mine so I can make sure I printed it on the screen. There's a thing called Google if you can't remember a command.
I want my thing to work.
So heading is what?
Heading is the degrees you want it to go, not from your current. Okay, so it's just a number. Put a number in there. Less than 360. Well, okay, less than 361. Put that way.
Oh, I need to mark this one.
And when you get this part done, I want you to run yours. Oh, hold on.
Oh, I put too
But I want you to show you what I want it to look like. There you go. I ran mine 3 times. It has different values in each time. Your numbers don't have to match mine. So obviously it's random. You all agree with that?
I did it.
Okay, and the commands you're using is that. I'm going to see yours. Make sure y'all are doing this.
I did it.
Is it random? Yep, that's good. Is yours random over there? Nice. Okay, we're going to have to make a new requirement in this class. Y'all need to have fonts that are bigger than 1.
I'm still working.
I made
Some
mine.
size you shouldn't.
What? So you do yours. You
The
just.
font or do the color?
Oh, I was gonna see how you do it randomly.
Yeah, I didn't call my method yet. I just did it to display my list on the
Figure
screen.
out Google.
Okay, over here?
Do you need a?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what after the random shuffle thing.
No.
Did you do that?
I was doing back here. Roll
But
up.
I didn't know if it was actually necessary. So I'm gonna hit it.
Okay, how do you get random to work? Anybody know?
From random import shuffle.
I imported random.
Okay,
And then
you
you
just
do
do
random
commands.
shuffle.
Oh, yeah.
But then how do you run it?
Commands.
So if you imported random, what do you do?
Random dot shuffle.
Random dot
With
shuffle.
your
And then you
list
put
on
the
your-
list in the parentheses.
The list name.
Close. Just need to add one more command before you're printing. What are we doing over here? Think you got it? Did you run it? Does it do anything? Oh, okay, it does. Okay, good. Good. I didn't know you ran it. Sorry. I missed that whole big thing on the screen.
Would I put it before?
Oh, Wendy, how's yours doing? Think? When you run it, does it put up random stuff?
I've learned a thing. I've learned a thing.
What'd you learn?
Just
Might want to save it and then.
Yeah.
I knew that I had to input, but
So
Yours running?
how to do
Yours
it.
ran?
So you know how like
Yours
when
runs
you
very
get
nice.
input in Python and stuff.
How we doing,
you
Summer?
Just like do like whatever input of it. In Java you have to import.
Did you import random yet?
No, I didn't. You do
And
that.
then you have to
Very
define
top.
the scanner.
Run import random at the top.
So
Oh,
it's all
so
kinds
you
of
would have
extra.
to,
Then
so
shuffle
you
it
have to
before
do
you
like
print.
import scanner, yeah.
It's not even a 10 yet.
Wish it's a 6S plus.
That's what mine is. So what are you selling your for?
So
You selling yours?
upset. I updated mine and it keeps like dying at like 30%.
Mine says.
Mine, I did that last update, and now my camera is intermittently not working. If I scroll from the bottom, my camera's totally blank.
Oh,
I have to close that camera and open it normally. They did something that it just happened since the last update.
what?
I was literally
Yeah.
driving up to a gas station, doing mystery shop, and the camera was dead. I'm like,
The camera
How do
just
you do
don't
mystery shopping? How do you sign up for all that?
just go online, sign up for it.
Do you get paid well?
I made 12 grand last year.
What?
I'm not making that much this year. I'll probably make only about 6 grand
Have
this
you ever
year.
done Postmates?
No, but there's a new one for Chick-fil-A. There's all these new ones out there. I'm like, I just did a Sonic yesterday, that's all.
I don't want a job because I don't want to do taxes.
Because you don't want to do taxes.
I freaking owe money.
So, y'all, everybody, got this part done? Yes? 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 Is there anybody who's going to admit to it if they don't?
I'm not.
You're close?
Google's your best friend.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to use it. Because it's not working.
It says import random. Okay, you need to put that random after
She
it.
didn't know how to use Google.
Take that line you're on right now,
Like, text
copy
me
it
and be
down
like,
above
"Find
the
this
print.
for me."
Why? I should know how to do that.
Like,
Okay, take that whole line,
okay, so
put it after stuff. Before print.
you used to be.
You can't
big
randomize it when you
on
ain't made it yet.
direction. And she texted me asking for a specific picture.
I'm getting. Okay.
So she could show her wall.
Why?
Hey!
I did not.
See what you did at work?
Okay, listen. Here. So I did I did that typing the same thing to figure out where it was before.
Did they
Change
work?
it and it didn't work. That is so wild. Every
Sure.
Sure.
All right, so y'all pretty much here. I just figure rather than me typing every little thing for you, you can at least do some. All right, so here's mine. I'll show you my code. Oh, you can see it now anyway. There's my exact code. I just put mine on the screen 3 times. And to make my list shorter, I just put the plus equals. That way you don't have to have it all in the one big old line. So I'm assuming no one did it like this up here, correct? See, the point is you can do it differently and it still works. Okay? So many people say, there's only one way to write a program. No, there's about an unlimited number of ways to write a program. Okay. So we got that done. Now, the next part. See this down here? I want you to do this one. So in other words, define the method, call the method, and inside the method, print it out. Print the list from inside the method now. Okay? So define the method called SimonDoList, and inside the method, print out your list.
Oh,
Okay?
that's not what I thought we were gonna do with that.
So you're going to have to modify your stuff a little bit. I'm going to call my Simon right after I randomize it. You submitted what you got so far? All right.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm missing.
What I think sounds like mine's not running. Mine's not running either.
Oh, mine's running.
I don't know what to do.
But like, I don't know if mine's running
What is it
right.
you did?
That.
I don't.
Oh. You could. Oh, I guess I could just do this.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
This makes it even easier.
Okay?
I don't know if I'm doing what you're asking. That's not what you're asking, right?
I would put your shuffle before this guy down here. Well, I guess it'll work that way too. Yeah, you can do that. I just normally use my methods that's up. Yeah, that's fine. So if you run a second time, it comes up with a different value.
I should decline it.
I'm going to click on the other screen first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Small steps. How are we doing?
So am I on the right track?
What's your method? Yeah, you called the method. Now you need to make the method.
I don't even
Yeah.
see what it's supposed to do, just
No, you don't.
randomize it again.
Well, okay, you got your list, you randomized it, and you sent it to this method. Where is this method? Where's SimonDoList? You need to define it. You know how you make a method? You do D, E, F. You have to find the method.
Well, you put.
Put your print inside there.
Oh, it's because you're putting
Right
it
there.
up top, under right there. Let's get rid of that. Yeah.
If that's what you're calling it.
Okay.
And this print statement up here above it, change that so you're actually calling a method.
It doesn't do it where it.
Keep going
Yeah,
like
it
that.
comes out like that.
Now
Is
type,
that what it's
what's the
supposed
method
to
name?
CV.
No,
Like,
that's not
oh,
the
no,
method
because
name.
yours before came out
Yep.
like, in the list down.
Oh,
Instead
no,
of a
it's
list.
supposed to be like this. I was printing off each individual one.
Oh, okay.
Now pass it,
Same thing-ish.
an argument, stuff. Now what do you need? Goes at the end of a method heading.
I don't know.
Right,
There
I
you go.
remember
Try
like
it.
what defining and like
Oh,
calling the method and all that.
oh, yeah, you gotta put it after part of it. Say, okay. Well, that's the call, that's right. You need, yeah, okay, you're right, yeah, you had the colon in the right place.
Okay,
That's
so
right, that's
it
the
would
colon.
be after.
Yeah, the colon will be after the defining statement, which it is. No, you're good there. Just leave it. Now run. Did you remove the colon?
Wait.
Oh, put that colon there. There you go. Oh. Name. Yes. Did you spell your thing differently? put my defining above. I don't think you need to, but take that and move it up right underneath the import statement.
Right above it.
Underneath the import. Okay.
Now,
There you go. We're
I
fine.
know a guy named Landon Harvey or Zane Beckett.
Landon Harvey.
Okay, now
That's
inside
that
here,
name.
you want to take that print statement and put it right in place of all that.
Oh, okay, so instead of just delete the line?
Do you remember?
Well,
Yes.
that part, the Simon do list part, that line needs to go
Oh,
down where
and
the print line is.
did
You
my
need to swap the
number down
positions
when
of
I
those two lines.
Maybe.
Put that one up
Well,
inside your
I wasn't a good
method,
kid. I
We
wasn't
don't
a
like
nice-
Jada anyway. She's like.
right there,
Oh,
okay?
I wasn't a nice kid in elementary.
And now that next line, no, that one's fine,
It's probably
the next
fine.
one down.
Are you
And
a
that
nice
one,
kid
put it
now?
down in place of the
I
print.
think so.
Alright, that's all that matters.
There you go, now try it.
I think we can like sit at the same table.
It's so loud. It's weird. Not weird, but like, you know what I mean?
Take that,
It's
I
not
think it's
real
go through
and
that
stuff.
first. Oh, yeah, you see how down here you're passing it to your CMDS?
Remember Aaron
Do the same
Freeman?
thing up in that one,
Oh, okay.
inside the parentheses.
I think so. Maybe?
Aaron Freeman? Yeah.
Oh, so do I really need to put that then?
Yep, because you want to print it out after.
Cassidy Cross.
See? Yep, working now.
I was friends with Cassidy.
Oh, go back here.
So then what's the point of the signing part?
Bring yours.
That was she's
Okay, okay, now
And
after
then
that,
like
get
in
in
high
there, print it out.
Because I moved.
CMDS.
That's what she's
Yep.
that sounds really rude.
No, it wasn't rude.
Oh, it wasn't.
Like, I just, I
Okay,
never
we're missing
saw her,
anything?
and I was like, we still have friends.
Okay, close that out.
I got
I'm missing something.
She's like
Oh, because
in
you
my
never called
squad.
it. Just sit in or.
Squad that I'm in, she's in too.
Again,
So
hit backspace, there.
each other.
Now you gotta call that method. Call Simon do list
Huh? Lynn, L-E-N with the.
and pass it CMDS.
Things like that.
Gotta pass the whole thing.
Oh, I guess I don't have a turtle, so that's fine.
You gotta import a turtle.
Yeah, I don't wanna do this right now.
I'm waiting.
There you go.
So, I don't like it.
How we doing over here? Good?
Dang on it.
Okay. Your method is called Simon do list, that's fine. Don't pass two things, just pass one thing to it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, you don't need to return a
I'll
value
just
either.
use click on the keys.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, actually just.
That's wild.
I would get rid of command list,
Did you get your classes for next semester?
get rid of that defining. Bring those others all the way to the left. Okay, so, and then down after this, all the way to the left,
I really
call Simon do list. Pass it
I
to
remember.
CMDS.
Do you know Victor Ware? English
No.
2. He was
Making progress.
a little hell. I don't think. He was.
We literally have the
He was a
exact
short,
same
CMDS
black
inside of
kid.
it.
except
Hung
taking
out with,
English literature after 1877. History, sorry.
Now we have
Not
a method.
what time is your
I'm taking one of
But
them.
this kid hates so much. I don't even know if I had classes in, but this is my freshman year. Like the first month.
We can see our
Mind
schedule
you,
on
I've been
the website for
homeschooled
next
first time.
Oh, it's Oasis, right?
It was crazy. It was a wild time.
Did you wanna go to one?
Down there, call Simon.
I was excited for something new, but I was really worried. Which is
I
really
need to take
weird. I didn't
math test to see
know
what class
anybody. I'd
from
never been in
math
school. I didn't know what to
but
expect. I thought I was gonna be really dumb. I thought I was gonna have to be in really fun classes today. So
Now-
just know that. Anyway, but this kid was so rude.
Alright, now let's see if yours looks like mine. It's all most yours, not all yours, but.
Said something to me, and I said something to my
Alright, here's my code. Now, we know it's not totally important, but in Python, you always should put your imports at the top. Then I always like to put my method definitions at the very top. That way we know what's going to happen. Then I create my list of commands. Then I shuffle it. then I call it. Now, in my example and all your examples, the names are exactly the same. But I could actually call this right here, like commands can. So will that work?
Yeah.
But it doesn't match down here. It doesn't match what I called it down here. Or here.
But it doesn't.
Or here.
It's
Or
different
here.
because you make commands can, right? Or no?
Right. What's happening is we make the list called commands. Everybody got that? Everybody got that? Then we shuffle the list of commands. Then we pass the argument of commands to our function. Then it gets received as a new variable, local to that function. So I can call it apples if I want. Doesn't matter. But when I go to print it out here, I just need to print out what I received it as. So if I run this now, it should work fine. So I know all of you have the same name here as here and even as up here. You don't have to. You can. I don't like having the same name because you could get confused, especially if you modify it in any way. But you can have the same. It won't hurt either way. Okay, now that we have our commands made, okay, what's one of the first things we need for a turtle to work? What do we need way up here at the top? Okay, import turtle.
Why is mine not working?
Now, next thing we need to do, not inside of our method, but what do we need to do now to make a turtle? Simon, turtle. Remember that? All right. Now let's see what he actually does. Nothing.
Yes.
That's what he's supposed to do. Exactly correct. So what we did is we import a random, import a turtle, made our turtle, made our commands, shuffled it up, sent it to our method, and then print it out. We're not doing a darn thing with the turtle at this point yet. So let's go up inside here. Let's get rid of this whole, well, we're going to need the print thing. But so if apples, okay, don't do this. Just look at mine. So my apples, or in other words, my command list, is all this stuff right here, okay? So I received S10, then F20, then L45, and so on and so forth. Do you agree? Okay? What can that be broken apart, do you think? Didn't we do it kind of in two pieces? Like, what does S mean? So speed of 10. What's F? So forward 200, left 45. How can I get out that first value? Anybody? What do I want to print? What part of apples? What? Well, how do I do that? So if I do just that, would it print out just the first letter? Let's see if it does. And it does. It printed out D. Okay. Let me run it again. Printed out U. So it is working. So I'm going to need to do something with that rather than just print it out. So since we have our commands down here like F200, so what would you consider the F?
The command.
A command, and what's the 200?
Parameter.
A parameter or a value. So what if we made a variable here called CMD equals, yours is not called apples, yours can be called whatever. Okay. Now, how can I get something to include the rest of it? What do I put in here to get everything but the first letter? I can't say 1 because that'll only get the next one value. Let's just try 1, see what we get.
1:3.
What if it's 5? What if my value for 200 was 5? Why not just 1 colon? Now I'm going to print this out to make sure it's actually working. I'm going to do print CMD, comma, value. That should print it out, shouldn't it? So it should take F200 and print out F and then 200. Let's see if it does it. Okay? So I got No, it's not quite right, is it? Well, no, hold on. What did I do? Let me see what I got here. Because it did E. Oh, then it printed the rest of the list. Hold on. I'm going to make sure I do this right. One moment, please. I'm trying to make sure we do it the right way. You want to set the commands? Yeah. Okay, let me print out just command. I want to see what I get here. Hold on. That's correct. C. Oh, no, that's not correct. I got C blue. How did I get C blue? Because apple 0 is the first one, isn't it? Let's run it again. Oh, what did I do wrong? I changed.
Because we asked for the first thing in the list, right, and not the first letter.
Oh,
so
that's
we
right.
have to
This
do
is
first
actually
thing.
returning the whole first thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why U was the first thing. Okay. But now we need a portion of that. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I got to check something. No, that's exactly correct. Mm-hmm. So that's passing it the whole list. I typed something wrong. What did I type wrong? We got E. So I want the first letter. So would this work?
That's what I did.
Okay, let's see. There we go. There we go. Now we got C. And now we should get... There we go. That's what I was missing. I knew I was missing something. I couldn't find it. But then how do we get the rest of it?
4C in apples, and then do the first thing as C, right?
That you mean?
No, like for C and like a 4 each.
Shouldn't have to. Hold on a minute. 'Cause now we got L. Wait, hold on. I'm not printing out values. Let me print out values. Hold on. Yeah, that'll do it. So there's H 145. This will give me that one command. D. Ugh, come on, give me another one with a number on it, darn it. L45. Yeah, so it's working. So what this did was we printed out the first section of the first value, then the rest of the first value. In other words, we're passing in our whole command list, but we're really only worried about the first one. Okay? Everybody see that?
Yep.
So everybody got something to do like that? Natalie, you
I
don't?
don't know what mine
Except
did.
it's giving me all the same letters.
What if I get rid of
Randomization.
Yeah, you're just getting like one value. I'm getting a bunch.
Let me see what you get.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing.
I'm not getting one.
You did one.
Mine's giving me,
Get that.
look what mine's giving me.
Where's your... Oh, it's because you're printing out the whole thing again. Get rid of that print.
I didn't see that.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah.
You got the same problem?
Yep.
I bet you have two print statements, don't you?
Mine's not.
Yeah, get rid of that print. Oh, okay. You need print commands, comma
Question
value.
is
Or
what is
command,
it?
comma. Oh.
I didn't.
Okay, so do command, comma value. CMD, comma value.
Yeah, so can we see?
Okay.
So then
Yep,
if you.
I've run a
put
couple
it
times to make sure you get
for
something
integer,
with the value.
right? And then your commands, you only need
Actually, you can
commands
you can
equals
fill it
command
in.
zero. That's what I
Run
did.
that stuff, keep going. You're good.
Space them out, put
There you
spaces
go,
in
get an
between,
F100.
on either
Is
side
it
of
working?
the equal sign.
Alright.
So even though
Doesn't it say
these are
that?
CMDS, this is still CPCMDS.
Right, I mean, it's a different value, which is what you should have. And if you didn't, you would have overwritten it.
No. Wait, no, mine's not working.
Are we gonna need to have that list,
I don't know
like,
what's going
for the
on.
variables?
No, because once you pass it, you can actually override it. Did you override it? With command?
Put spaces in
Hold on,
between.
let's see what you have.
Yeah, it's doing this.
Oh,
Listen.
no.
Hold on. Here.
I'm not getting,
Print command, you should get within 1:.
I have the same thing, right?
That's what I'm getting on that. Me too.
There's a space, but that shouldn't matter.
That's what I still.
I didn't even have the spaces to keep mine, so maybe it would help.
See, mine's just, oh, well, I mean, mine's printing
Do
one.
I have like a space like here or something?
Run that again.
Yeah. So it's
That's
space
I
to-
don't.
oh, well, is it left? See, I'm just getting one.
Wrong.
yeah, you're supposed to be getting a value.
Oh.
What?
Oh, no,
You
command,
got this?
that's fine. So
Yeah.
the default.
But
Yes,
that's
no, that's
speech.
all right.
and then
Wait a second.
and
Huh.
speed is
Look,
eight,
look in front of that values equals what?
value.
Look before the parenthesis. Okay, right here. See how I have apples right here?
Yeah.
What do you have there?
Ah ha ha ha.
Nothing.
Was blowing my mind.
You got it now?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we just overlooked this. Look, you do. You just like overlooked it. Okay, so I'm not getting a. No, it was like I was.
Your
really
brain just
looking
fills it
and
in,
it
is
just
what I
filled
think
it
it
in.
is. Because Miss first to know, she would like legit print off her code and like pass it in.
Printing stuff in value.
It's so much easier though when it's not your
Oh.
Cause it's,
Yeah, because like,
Okay,
you
let me
know
show you what the
that
problem is.
stuff's
All right.
yeah, yeah, so-
Summer has a problem here. I'm going to make mine look like yours, okay?
okay.
Here's exactly what Summer's doing.
Because it's named the same thing.
Okay? What's happening is Summers is just like that. So she's receiving apples, then she's taking the first part of apples and overriding what's in apples with that. So you just wiped out your whole list and replaced it with one value. So that's why this needs to be something different than this. So if you do CMD, put like an S at the top and then just CMD at the beginning there or something. So like you can do this very easily. Like that. And that will solve your problem. Yep. All right. How can we find out what type these variables are? So when I run mine right here, what type is that D?
You can type CMD.
Okay, so like that 45, what type is that? So could I do type dot value?
Isn't it type parentheses?
Oh, is it type parentheses?
Yeah, it is.
Definitely not a period. Sure don't like that. So what is that second value?
Straight.
A string. So if we're telling our turtle to go forward 100, what do we need to do to it?
Convert to an int.
We have to convert it to an integer. So we need to take value and convert value to, how do we convert it to an integer? Anybody?
Value
Int
equal
value.
int value.
But it might have a small problem. Whoa, we crashed. Hold on, let me try that again.
We do
Oh, we're fine that time.
wait. So it worked?
So, okay, I didn't change anything.
Oh, it's the
Oh,
ones where
it
they
works
don't
that
have
time.
Is it for when they don't have a value?
That's why. But what if there is no value, like if it got the U? Well, heck, naturally it's going to work every time now. There we go. So this time it received with no value. So how can I... So this right here is giving me a problem.
I would do
Or we
the
have
if,
to create like
but
an if statement.
Yes, we do. How can we do that? Anybody?
If value is an int,
Probably an easier way, because if you're checking if it's an int, the problem is it's always going to be a string. We need to convert it to an int. So I can't check if it's an int because it's always an int. It's always a string. But what if it doesn't exist? Because if we didn't pass it to, what can I...
Have like a null value.
It's an easier way. How about we just check its length?
I don't know.
It doesn't exist. We'll have a 0 length. Okay. Okay, that should do it. Now that'll check if it's blank. But what happens if I pass blue to it? Will that be an issue? You know, like C blue? What can I do up here? I can check if it's a digit, can't I? Will that fix it? So if it has no value, I set it to 0.
Are you gonna
So,
need an extra
else if, I don't think, I thought that was.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Good catch. So if its length is 0, I just set it to 0. Else, if it is a digit, then I set it to an integer. Also, just leave it alone. So if it's blue, I'll just leave it as blue. We don't. Why mess with it? So now, actually, I want to make sure it's really working. So I'm going to pass it CMD and value and the type. So that way I can make sure it's actually working right. Yep, blue, and it's a string. That's what I wanted. 0, integer. That's fine. Age and 145. Yeah, so we're good. So mine's working. All right, so what we did is we now, at least the variables are coming in okay. Okay? So far, so good? Everybody get to this point? No. Get to this point.
On if len value, I'm getting a syntax error.
Let's see. So you don't, you have it exactly like this. If len value, and that's called the same thing. You got a colon at the end.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I can. Because mine is not doing anything.
I was doing exactly what you tell her. See what you did. I messed it up.
I probably didn't.
Okay, you put your print. What the heck is? Why is that print thing?
It does.
Okay, now bring that all the way back over, even in line with LF. There you go.
Oh, wait. Right.
Okay, you're getting the whole thing for some reason.
What'd you do?
No, I did it that way. I just wasn't thinking.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, that first thing. Why aren't you printing stuff? Isn't yours called stuff? No, no,
Oh, wait.
that one, right in the print, right there. Yeah.
Well, I got to do that. Drink.
All right, so we know it's working. Everybody in the back okay?
Yep.
Good. Haley okay? Okay. All right. So now we need to do something. Okay? So we got that part fixed. So what if we get an F? So if command equals F, what should we do with it? Does that work? I'm gonna take that out. We're pretty much done with that. Will that work? So if we get an F, my turtle should not go forward. Well, he didn't go forward.
We didn't pull Simon into there, did we?
Yeah, but we still have him defined, so we should be okay. So why isn't he going forward? Anybody?
Isn't it FD? Yeah.
Oh, F won't work? I thought F worked as well.
No,
FD.
that only works left and right.
He's still not going forward. Why?
Mine did, I don't know.
Probably because I just didn't happen to get the command yet with an F in it.
I don't know.
Okay. How can I... So obviously we're only using the first value we received, correct?
Recursion.
We don't need recursion on this one. What if... How can I take this thing right here and do these two lines multiple times?
4 in range.
Create a loop. Okay. Help me. What do I type?
Wall true.
No, we don't, I hate while loops.
4 I in range. I don't know. And how many times you want it?
Like that? Will that work? Will that work? Let's see. Whoa, he went forward. So obviously one of the times it actually got an F. So this time I bet we'll get an F as well. We did. This time we only got 1 instead of 2. I'm going to shorten my F's down a little to maybe like 10 so he's not going off my screen.
Why is mine? Oh, we only did 4 and
No, I need to put 100, not 200. So why is he only going forward? Anybody?
Because we haven't written it for anything else.
Okay, so write it for something else. Get writing. Y'all should be able to make him do right and left and heading and speed.
Can you show us the list again?
It's right there. Let's just look at my commands.
The one on the left.
Oh.
Scroll up a little bit.
Okay, finish up. Left, right, heading, and speed.
Huh? Yeah, but what is heading? Is it just heading? I don't know.
It is.
Okay.
So you have them remember, yeah.
Why is mine? Oh.
Come on, show me something where it's doing something other than forward. Can't get it to go forward. So
Does that have to be 10?
do whatever you want, put 100 in there. Oh yeah, what's your yeah?
Be stuck.
Yes.
Just break. Yeah.
Mine did too. It said at the end of the something.
Names matter. We have a new slogan. Names matter.
I don't know why this isn't working.
It's just going like,
Sure, go on.
anything you do, anything.
That's what is breaking on my headings.
Yeah.
Just says
I thought headings was.
I'm gonna do heading.
Alright, take a right. Nice.
I mean, I made it turn right and then I just like, okay.
I do like 1 or 2.
I thought headings was like
after that,
Is
right
heading.
there, after the forward, hit enter.
Heading in Python, turtle.
Oh, go back up there, back there.
Turtle dot
If
heading returns the turtle's current
command
heading.
equals
Oh, so it's,
So I'm gonna.
Simon dot heading?
for heading.
Yeah, that
But
should
it
be
says,
right then.
you know,
I have yet to get it doing.
Look,
this.
Turtle dot set heading?
Might as well just keep
Mine
it,
says
keep on the method and then just shuffle it.
Yeah, shuffle it down.
turtle. Okay, so then it says,
Kept running it and all of a
turtle
sudden I
heading.
did this.
and then it says, where did that say that?
Singles,
I don't know what I want.
okay, you got something going on.
I just told you what it said.
Okay,
Return
hold on a minute.
the turtle's current heading value.
Turtle mode, C
I'm
mode.
I'm trying to figure out what's that.
I don't see.
What if it received a C? It would just go with it. F, why do you get F in there twice?
Probably do.
Okay.
Right, forward.
Hey, but you got forward, right, forward, left, forward, you only need forward one time.
Ooh, B, I got it to work.
Remember, we're passing
Change it to
different
set
values each
heading.
time.
Set heading?
Set heading. Simon
Oh,
dot
right
set.
here. I see that, yeah.
Alright, let me modify
Is
mine.
it capital H or just set heading?
It's just like that, yeah.
Okay.
On the heading, it's set heading.
Oh,
It is
mine's-
set heading?
Mine's still broken.
It is.
Yeah, I don't get why it's
It's
not.
operator error.
It probably is.
So, I need F. So I'm going to change this F to R.
But I thought you-
Change this one to L. Change this one to
Oh.
H. And it is set. Hold on. Got to change the rest of them. And it is set heading, SET heading. Like that. And then S is speed, isn't it? Whoa, something's not happy there. Turtle Odd has no attribute I. What is it for left, isn't it?
LT.
Oh. It's RT. Seriously? That was the most boring one ever.
Where are the daily dictators?
What the heck? He's not doing nothing.
That's what I don't like about dating and like the because I don't know what they actually do.
Mine's doing something really weird.
Yeah, mine's not doing much of all. So, forward, right, left, set heading, speed.
What's his freaking code?
Okay, now what I'm going to do, I want him to go forward more than anything else. So I'm going to duplicate this row right here. So he has those commands in there more.
Stop breaking. Color. I'm trying to think what I haven't done yet.
Well, he kind of did some turns.
S.
If you
Oh.
just increase the range, it'll print more numbers and you'll be guaranteed to get more overall.
Oh, good point.
Oh my god, look at this.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
How'd you get that?
Changed the color.
I just increased my range to 100 down here.
Yeah.
Oops.
A little bit.
Change this to 100. And I just duplicated part of this line because I wanted it to have more forwards and lefts and rights. You can put as many as you want in there.
On mine it says heading takes one position over but two are given.
Did you give it like that?
Set.
Yeah. Okay, then what do we have left? We have C. You two done over here?
Yeah.
I am still getting the
My
same.
turtle made a doge.
So we need C for color. Hey, he's blue. Nice. So that means I need some other colors in here to make him not quite so boring.
New turtle is
Okay. I can't see my mouse. My mouse is gone. So we got blue, purple, green. You sure don't have any bright colors in your repertoire here. There you go. I was doing a bunch of somethings. I'm going to lower my forwards just to 10.
Houston, we have a problem. Whoa, that's,
This is all
We're getting there. So I'm going to go to 1,000 now.
You. No.
Oh yeah, that's like awesomeness.
It's pin.
something went wrong on mine.
Or pin it with a P.
Oh, you know what we need to do? All right,
Just zoom out like that.
Natalie, I need to know how to make this random.
You just do.
So I'm going to get rid of this 145. I'm going to set heading to,
Where's my thing?
is it from randint?
Leave
From
it
random,
Import.
or
Yeah.
random.
And then from random, import random, yeah. Do the random with the range.
And then down under heading, I set value to what? Is that right?
No, just random with the range.
Oh,
I had to do random.
with a range. So like 0, comma 360.
Did you do the from random, what was it?
It is from random import randint, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like that?
that should work.
And then is this exactly correct?
Try the random dot random, 'cause I had to do that last night. Mine, I don't know. That's how mine works.
That works.
Oh, it's a lowercase I. Nope.
Oh.
What it is.
We're dead. We crashed.
Mine is crashing. Big time.
So it's a lowercase I here?
Yeah. And then get rid of the dot random.
No, I like the random there.
Well, it's just,
So that's kind of cool.
it just squiggles. So confused.
It has no idea what it's doing. But at least now it's not a set value.
How'd you get it to zoom out?
I didn't zoom out. I just lowered my F length to 10, so it didn't go as far. Okay, we got color. Now I need B and E. What's B?
Begin to.
Now, you know what I'm gonna randomize my color.
So begin fill is no, it's all lowercase, isn't it?
Begin underscore.
Ah. And I need up and down. So I need U, then pen up, and down is pen down, correct?
Yeah,
You
you
can
need
do
to do PU
P.
and P. PU.
I don't like that whole pen up and then pen down. It's really messing me up here.
Yeah, it makes mine look so weird.
Okay.
What is this?
What are?
Oh, this is actually, I
Okay.
kind of like it, but it makes
Yeah,
it very.
mine too.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of my pen up and pen down command.
Very like jumpy.
I want him to go a little farther, so I'm going to give him a 15 instead of a 10.
I feel like it reminds me of a fly when I watch it. Like
Come on, fill in. There we go. We got it filled in.
What is this? Wait, why is that like that?
I don't get that.
I get too much red going on in there. Go on, go that way. Uh-oh, we lost him. Houston, we have a problem.
Mine's like broken.
So if we don't have all of the, like, Simon, speed, and forward and right.
You fail.
Enter when
You
we-
get a 0. You do not pass go.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean, is it, are we gonna have to turn it in with all of those in there?
I want you to turn in something that looks like this right here.
That just does something random and crazy.
I want a picture of it. And if yours is just forward lines with a left or a right, that's a little boring.
Can I try
Sometimes
this?
it just stops in place with space.
Yeah, mine is
Better.
literally
Like, can I turn this in?
What is mine?
It's fine.
Get rid of your whole pen up and pen down. Comment that out.
Okay.
It's causing it to disappear. Not looking like
Okay.
Picasso here.
So,
Who's got the error?
I didn't put my pen under
Mine's
on
had
the
it.
same lines because
For the last-
they're on the left side.
So you just want a picture?
Yeah.
It's right in here. I don't know why it's doing this.
No, that's right. We're missing a parenthesis,
at least yours is doing something. Mine's not doing it.
there.
Hold on.
It went in a circle.
Mine just looks
Like, it just
Oh,
went
yeah.
around.
trash.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. We did something. Mine's just like
Professor.
boring.
What is this?
What is this? I don't know. I'm taking a picture of it though. Turn it in.
Don't go off the screen, come back.
Grade for AU, okay, let's do that. You said
What is
digit,
this?
right? So the zero, you said the zero, if it's digit.
Mine went off the screen, I don't think it's coming back.
Set heading. Yeah, multiply sequence.
I'm gonna get rid of this print because it's like printing like too much. Where's the print? Where is my print? I legit can't find the print. Oh, it's right here.
Simon says to. Oh.
Oh, it's going a lot faster now that it's not printing it off.
Yeah, that's a lot of
I
stuff.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Forward, forward, right, left. Good.
What is mine?
Then all of a sudden I ran it again and it crashed.
Okay, comment out your heading. Come out those two.
Is it?
One below it. Now right. It's not that one, but one of the other ones. Zero, right, 2, 0.
You okay?
He said, all you need now is some comments in your code. From a password keyboard. I was like, it's so redundant. It's like, I don't really know comments.
I know, I put comments.
What was that?
I didn't put it.
I just started.
Command equals L.
I wasn't even gonna leave a note. I didn't feel like comments were useful, so I didn't add them.
Could you
But
add
I was
an
like,
A? You should be
don't
fine.
count me off if I like point it out, so. Just did it. Okay.
Get rid of the comments on your page.
On there.
Or your- Run there again.
I think mine will be a little bit different now.
Okay, now she's just.
Mine's just-
Have you done,
Oh my gosh.
a Toolman argument?
Comment that out, it should still go.
Don't know what that is.
Command 100.
Oh, so
You said she, as if Simon's a girl.
Never heard of that.
she doesn't.
What is that?
Basically, it's just like,
Is set heading all lowercase, everybody?
what?
Set
Yeah.
heading is all lowercase?
Uh-huh.
Wait, we have that Simon.
Open,
Yeah, what about
do a rebuttal, and then
I was doing more.
Put it down.
Yeah, I can't find. Oh, see, we're, I think
That's fine.
that we're learning
Yeah,
that.
forward, right, speed.
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm in
fix,
competition.
you gotta fix
so.
left.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's
Okay.
what she told us. She's the only new version of it.
Simon got a T, that is an L, that there's no.
I hate my cartoon teacher.
L.
I have a 10-page paper, and I have to have my rough draft by the like 16th, and I haven't even started.
Do this, take R,
Get
copy it.
started.
Paste it on top of L.
Are they 10 content pages?
I'm gonna
I'll
need
write
10
that.
content pages.
Like excluding, do you do the APA stuff?
No.
And
Okay,
only,
that changes it. L.
does it count like the works cited page?
Nope.
Would you, oh, wow, yours is huge.
10,000.
So 10 content
Here is
pages,
mine.
that sucks.
L.
Here.
It's gotta be something on this.
This is what I'm gonna. Wait, so he said just turn in a picture, right?
Yeah, I turned in a picture of my code and my thing, cause my thing didn't do anything
No.
very exciting.
Dang it, I forgot that closed that out.
I don't know.
Does your
I don't
teacher
either.
let you,
Can't see it 'cause
like,
it's
break
even
down your
bigger.
papers into, like,
Correct.
summaries? Like, introduction, comments, day and stuff?
Legit 100.
I don't see it. I really don't. Oh, there's no comma. Right here. Where's the comma? Oh.
Of course it's something like that.
I don't know, I need to.
Jeez. That was tough to find.
Hey, at least
Dang it.
I fixed it.
Keep closing out this thing that I have open.
All right, so send me a picture of your Picasso work here. And that's good for today.
Wait, not there.
She's not there
Can we go
yet.
back to the print,
Yeah.
Want to see my code again?
please?
Sure.
My assignment is completed.
I just removed the up and down. That way it didn't, you know.
Dropbox. You said just a picture, right?
You have to send me a picture of it. By the way, a picture would be a PNG. Some of you might know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
And Python code would actually be a PY.
tell me what this means. Is this, I don't know if it takes one.
Oh yeah, portable.
Is that set heading? Let me see what you got in there.
It'll say, it should say .png.
Yeah. I just do.
Did I do the
screenshot.
info and the info right? Yep, same.
Did you do the what?
The info and the.
Yeah, you got it.
Sorry, guys. I closed this thing out like 3 times and I had to open it up. Cause I have to write like a 1-page paper saying what I
Run that again.
learned
Kate.
from my budget.
That's.
We have to budget for 3 months.
Hold on. We should be doing that anyway. It's
And
kind of
fill.
ridiculous.
Take one position out and two
She
are
was
given.
like, you need to put your total income and I was like, 0.
I budget every month.
You have like budget spreadsheets?
Uh-huh.
Are you being serious?
Oh, there's no. You don't need a value in begin, fill, and infill. Get rid of the word value.
I didn't do that for nothing.
I got like
Yeah, see, mine are blank there. Begin, fill, and
No,
infill.
like I have to have this,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah,
percentage of my income
See,
and like
I
the
don't-
variance, and I'm like, I don't have income, so it's 0% of my
Get
income
a
every time.
job.
I get college for free. My parents.
I don't think I'm going to college for free. I have no job.
I earned this.
I earned this.
I earned no college.
I was confused about the part where next to the set heading has
I
this
could
random
be, well, I
document.
guess I didn't college, but like, it's no different than when I was in high school and I didn't have a job.
They fill.
I
I'm gonna tell you, if you get close to the end of the
like
semester, you got something like one or two.
necessarily on
Yeah.
on the work, a digital source. I like to do it in paper, but I basically do the same thing.
Just
Do
working?
this, we have to do an annual budget summary, then we have to do a flow,
So I think
and then we have to do
by itself, and then I also add
our budget.
Interesting.
Like random.
Recreational supply. That's what that sounds like.
Alright.
Yes, that's what that's for.
Where's the import man?
Supply.
No. It's supposed to be
You
like,
gotta budget every.
you go to the movies.
Yep. I feel. That's all I got. That's all I got. My recreational budget is about $20 per month. Dude, I'm going to Colorado. I'm going to New York in the summer. I'm so lit.
Down here.
Killing it.
Nowhere. I haven't been anywhere in like forever. I go for just a month.
I'm going with my friends. I'm not going with my parents, and I'm really happy. So I'm going to go first.
I'm out and up.
it might be because it's not importing me.
Oh, he is changing. There he's going. Yeah, working.
Oh, I think you gotta self-service and go to.
Yep, yours looks like it's working Do like 1,000 or something?
But I think,
what I need to
I think my Strat's probably
I
gonna
have
be,
really
talk to me
small.
like, get kind of rough estimate, you know?
You got 100, you change it to 1,000 right there.
And then goes.
Is yours working there, Sarah?
Like in case, like, I feel good about it today, but I don't.
What's it
feel good
doing
about
wrong?
Next week. Change it.
It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's just,
Random is not defined. At the very top, you need import random. Do you have that?
that's why I was,
I could just go.
Right at
cause
the
I
very
wouldn't
top.
ask,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Above that, very top, put import random.
There we go.
I'll probably talk to you first.
This better.
Random.
Thinking about Thor a little too much lately.
There you go.
I went and put all the,
There you go, a stop. Does it
Change
not
this down
stop?
here to 100. There you go. Okay, you got something wrong. Color's wrong. That means
Oh.
you have this part up here. No, you got that one right.
and then color right here.
You have if it equals 0, set to 0. If value is digit, integerize it. Oh, it's good. And color pink. Run it again. Okay, click over here, let me see what else this is. Color, key color, integer has no length. When you're- Oh, no, that should be right, if length of value, that's fine.
What's today's called?
Simon says turtle or something. Hmm. There's gotta be something wrong. You never put like in the left and stuff like that, you don't have a couple of them. The length of color is equal to 1. No, I can't see it. Submit a picture of that, it's your code. Submit that.
Got
Or actually, I'll tell you what, submit your code in there, and I will look at it and find out what's wrong with it, and I'll put a
Okay.
message in there for you. Okay?
Thank
So upload that one. Can't see it.